Hi everyone, this week's Pick a Pile reading is called What Do You Need to Focus on Right Now and Why? There's 3 piles to choose from, pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. You choose, videos to follow. Hi pile 1 and welcome to your reading. This week's reading is about what you need to focus on right now and why. So let's just see what you've got. Love relationships. So your topic is about love and relationships, and it's about what you need to focus on right now and why. You've got acceptance, you've got that word acceptance, you are loved, wow. You've got new beginnings, go the distance, wow. Go the distance, new beginnings, love and acceptance, relationship again. These cards couldn't be any clearer really. If you are thinking of if you have got a new relationship and you're wondering whether it's the right thing for you, it's saying here a new beginning. You are loved in this situation. Acceptance is accepting the idea that you can be loved, is what I'm picking up here. You can be loved and you are loved. And if you're in a love relationship and you're getting these ideas that you're not sure about something, new beginnings, you are loved, relationships, go the distance, is saying this looks like a really good relationship for you. If you've got doubts over something there, you've got trust your intuition. Wow, you've even got trust your intuition. Now if your intuition is saying the opposite to all these cards, then it does say trust your intuition on something, but it could be because you've had bad experiences in the past. Your intuition automatically assumes that the next one's going to be bad as well. These cards in a love relationship with pile 1 here, what do you need to focus on right now and why? You need to focus on the idea that you may have had bad relationships in the past. Your intuition may not be as trustworthy as it used to be because of these bad relationships, because all these cards here are saying new beginnings, you are loved, relationship, acceptance, go the distance is what I'm looking at here. Go the distance. Acceptance is accepting the past and how you had bad relationships in the past. Trust your intuition. It may be saying to you, think again. Don't judge this relationship with old relationships, if that makes sense. I'm just going to take some tarot cards now to see if we can get any more information for you. Excuse me. But the cards are saying, pile 1, you've picked love relationships. What do you need to focus on right now and why? Maybe you need to focus on how you're thinking about a love relationship here in relation to the past. It's about acceptance, accepting yourself maybe. Perhaps you don't think you're good enough to be loved. There's a lot of people out there who feel that way, don't they? When they've had bad relationships, they blame it all on themselves, and they shouldn't. So this reading is for pile 1. It's about a new beginning here. The cards are saying you are loved. It's about relationship issues of some sort. It could, what I'm picking up now, could even be a family relationship issue here where you don't feel as if you're loved enough within your family. The acceptance card here is accepting the fact that you may have had bad relationships in the past over something, but trusting your intuition in this regard of whatever it is that's going on around you. May be saying to you, go the distance, you are loved. There are new beginnings on the cards in a relationship issue, if that's making sense. Let's just get some tarot and see what else I can pick up with the tarot cards. So what do you need to focus on right now and why? You've got new vision. Wow. Well, that new vision card is the Hangman. Now, the Hangman is saying to me, see things in a different light, in a different perspective. New vision. It couldn't be any clearer there. New vision, new beginnings. See things in a different light. Trust your intuition. What you had in the past, that, and the way the past may not have worked out for you, doesn't mean to say this new beginning that you have, and trusting your intuition on it and acceptance of something here, because bad relationships were bad. Maybe things have changed within your world now where you can trust in a new beginning over a relationship of some sort. If it's a family dynamic here, it may be that things have been falling apart and there's still some hope within this family relationship. The cards are saying you are loved. New beginnings are on the cards. Acceptance of the old ways. Trust in your intuition on the new ways within this relationship, whether it's a family relationship or a new romance on the cards. Trust in your intuition. Your intuition, I feel as if you need to forgive the old ways with your intuition, the way it is, and putting barriers up maybe because of old issues. New vision is the Hangman. It's seeing something in a different way, seeing it in a different perspective as to what it used to be, if that's making sense for you. Well, going with the flow. That's the Ace of Cups. Going with the flow of things. It's an emotional journey for you. It's an emotional thing that we're talking about. But again, it's telling you, because you've got the Ace of Cups here, going with the flow. It's telling you to... It's telling you to be in control of your emotions over something. Go with the flow of them instead of getting, what's the word? Instead of getting emotional and thinking of all things in the past and how things haven't worked out in the past here. It's about going with the flow. New vision, which is the Hangman, is about going with the flow of something, knowing that you are loved, that there's new beginnings on the cards. New beginnings for relationships here. It's about love relationships. It's about family relationships. It's about new partner relationships. It's about acceptance. It's about accepting who you are as a person. And instead of judging who you are or who this person is, instead of judging this person, it's about accepting things and trusting your intuition and going the distance now as to how things move forward within this relationship, if that makes sense. Totality. Now that is the Five of Wands. That Five of Wands, and in this particular deck it says totality. It is really saying, with the totality card, it's again, if you look at the foil on this card, the trapeze artist, it's again a trust issue. It's going with the trust of something. That card there tells me that you have to put total trust in the process before you move forward. You've got to be totally into it, if this makes sense to someone, totally into it, going with the flow of it, seeing it from another perspective, in order to have this new beginning in a love relationship. The love relationship could be family love or it could be a new partner. Acceptance is accepting the fact that things may have not been good in the past over relationships, and that is why your intuition may be a little bit, you know, it's saying trust your intuition. It may be that at the moment you are trusting your intuition, but because you've had bad relationships in the past, your intuition might be automatically putting up barriers to stop you from moving forward and to trust this new process of a new relationship. New beginnings we've got there. We've got you are loved there. So let's just see if I can get a few more cards to see if I can enlighten anything here. But this pile 1, is about love, relationships. That one's fell out, so I'll have to have that. It's about love relationships, and it's about, there's 2 there that wants to come out, how you are perceiving it with trust your intuition. Acceptance is accepting that things may have happened in the past that were bad, but right now the cards are saying new beginnings are on the card to do with relationships. New vision and going with the flow, adjust that, and totality, adjust that, putting your whole trust in a relationship, seeing it from another perspective to what you were seeing it before. Going with the flow of it is again new vision, totality, going with the flow of the situation. Go the distance. Acceptance that things may have been bad in the past, and that's why your intuition may be slightly off here. It's about relationship, and the cards are saying you are loved. That Judgment card is just saying exactly what I've just said. Judging a situation for past issues, with the Acceptance card here, judging it from the past issues, and the trust your intuition here is slightly off, because if you've had bad relationships in the past, your intuition is straight away going to try to protect you from more relationships, or going to put up some sort of barrier here to stop you from seeing the whole of your intuition, if you know what I'm saying there. Those of you who understand this reading will. New beginnings are on the card, or new beginnings are what is needed within this relationship. New beginnings, knowing that you are loved, knowing that you can go the distance. It's about relationships of all sorts, relationships within a partnership, a new partner maybe on the cards here, a family relationship here, doing things in a different way to what you've done before, going with the flow, totality, as you putting your whole self into this idea of going with the flow and seeing things in a different way. Judgment is that. Don't judge the situation for past issues. Judge the situation now. Go with the flow of the situation and judge it for what it is now. It may need some love putting back into it if there's been rifts within a relationship, for instance. So let's just see what else we've got. Wow. The King of Swords and going with the flow. You've got the Ace of Cups, which is an emotional journey, and a very strong emotional journey, and going with the flow of that strong emotional journey is what you need to do right now. But like I said before, because of the Acceptance card and the way you've looked at things in the past, trusting your intuition may be a little bit off. You may be just going by trusting your intuition, if that makes sense, because the King of Swords is very on point with his intuition, his mental capacity over something, very on point, saying trust in your intuition. But that intuition, if you look at the clouds behind the King of Swords, may be clouded, if that makes sense, may be clouded because of things that have happened in the past. The cards are definitely telling you you are loved, you can go the distance, there are new beginnings on the cards for you in love relationships here. New vision and going with the flow and the totality are the cards that are telling me you have to put your whole heart and soul into trying this new way of doing things within your relationships, if that makes sense. Wow. That couldn't be any clearer. You've got the Knight of Cups. Now, the Knight of Cups within this reading is saying there's an offering on the table, and it's a cup. It's a peace offering. The cup is empty. It's waiting to be filled with the love that needs to be shared within this relationship, if that makes sense. I'm going to have to take a couple more cards. I've got time for a couple more cards, so I'm going to take a couple. But yes, the Knight of Cups is a peace offering. It's the cup is empty, ready to be offered up to you with this idea of you are loved and new beginnings. I think I'll just take two more cards just to see what we've got here. We've got the Page of Pentacles. Wow. Now, the Page of Pentacles is looking at it from a practical point of view. The page is about learning new ways of dealing with things, learning new ways in a grounded way, not in a intuitive way in as much as emotional, because you're going with the flow with the cups now. Remember, you're going to go with the flow of it. You're not going to become too emotional over something. Your intuition may be slightly off because of past issues. This Page of Pentacles tells me that you're going to start, that you need, if you're not doing it already, you need to start looking at things in a more grounded way. Learn new ways of dealing with emotions and dealing with love relationship issues, if that makes sense. The cards are saying you are loved. There's new beginnings on the cards. Acceptance is acceptance of yourself, acceptance of another person. things may have gone a little bit astray in the past here. It's about trusting your intuition, but I do feel as if this intuition here is a little blocked. The King of Swords and this trust your intuition, I feel, is a little blocked because of past issues that have clouded the situation, which may be making your judgment off over something. But the cards are saying go the distance. The cards are saying go the distance, because you can go the distance over this situation. Look at it in a more grounded and practical way if you need to look at it that way, because pages are grounded and the practical. They slow a situation down as well. And also the student, so it's learning new ways of doing things within this relationship, or a new relationship, a new beginning in something here, and it's to do with love relationships. Wow. The Tower. Now the Tower tells me that you have to get rid of the old way of doing things, the old way of looking at things. It's crossing the King of Swords. It's your mindset again, and we said about that may be clouded, your judgment may be clouded because of old ways of relationships and how they haven't worked out. The Tower is getting rid of the old ways. You've got to get rid of those old ways, let them go. They have, the foundations here have not been strong enough, but the cards are telling me you can go the distance over something. Trust in your intuition now, not the past when things have gone wrong here. Relationships are just that. It could be family as well as love relationships in a partnership. It's new beginnings. You are loved. New vision is how you're seeing things from a different perspective. You've got to see it from other points of view. Going with the flow again. See it from other points of view. Putting your total self within this situation and thinking of it from all aspects of the situation, judging it for what it is now and not what it was in the past. The King of Swords and the intuition here may be a little clouded because the King of Swords is on top of his game when it comes to his mindset, but his intuition may be a little clouded there. There's an offering, a peace offering with the Knight of Cups. Practicalities come into it here as well, judging it for its practical aspect and seeing it from both sides of an argument with the practicalities here, and judging it from both sets, letting this mindset go where you're holding on to past grudges or past things that have happened that you've not liked. I'm just going to have to try and take one more card just to finish this reading off. Just to see if I can do something with it. Right, there it goes. That's your last card. I haven't got long. The Three of Swords. You have got to let the old ways go in order to bring on the new ways. Something has to go in order to bring on the new ways. The Three of Swords is a card of taking that step of letting something go in the past here in order to bring a new beginning. You are loved. A new beginning is what I want to say here. Relationships, acceptance of the old and letting it go in order to bring out a new beginning within this relationship. I hope that helps, pile one. Have a good day. Bye. Hi pile two, and welcome to your reading. This week's reading is what do you need to focus on right now and why? And you picked pile two. Spiritual awareness and insight. So you've got the card spiritual awareness and insight. Okay, I'll leave it that way so I can remind myself. Spiritual awareness and insight. Okay, you've got perfection. Wow. Okay, you've got protection. Right, you've got the card of protection. You've got individuality, card 11. Individuality. Poised, number 48, poised. So that card poised, that's an interesting one. Poised. Okay, let's see what else we've got for a look at them. Ascendant, entrance. Right, okay, entrance and redefine your boundaries. Wow. Okay, so I am talking about somebody who is very intuitive, who is spiritually aware, and if things are going there's something going on around you, pile 2, that's making you feeling is the word I'm getting, feeling you need protection from. Your insights are on point over something here. You are poised for something. You may be even having a spiritual growth here. That perfection card, which is related to the base, the root chakra, and it's your energy and the building blocks of this situation. That perfection card there, maybe that you are trying to perfect something within your spiritual journey. The cards are saying redefine your boundaries here, and I'm feeling as if with that card protection, you may be delving in something here, pile 2, that you need to just evaluate before you go any further. You've got an entrance here, the word entrance, the word poised to enter a new time, a new spiritual phase maybe within your world, pile 2. The perfectionist card is the root of this. You are trying to perfect something, I feel. You are an individual with spiritual awareness and with insight. That protection there is saying either you are protected or you need protection over whatever it is that you are doing, because it does say redefine your boundaries here. So I do feel as if, pile 2, you may be on a spiritual quest or a growth of some sort to do with spirituality, to do with searching for something. The cards may be saying you need protection over this, and you need to redefine your boundaries over something you may be delving in, because you're trying to perfect something. That's what I'm picking up at the moment. You're poised on the brink of something here. The entrance to an initiation maybe within your world, pile 2. Protection may be needed, or it may be that you need to protect yourself and redefine your boundaries over something. I'm just going to pick 3 more cards here, and I'm going to see what we get with these 3 cards and see how we get on. Oh gosh, look, you've got the Pope, but in these cards it's called nothingness. Now nothingness is the void to me. Nothingness is what you are delving into with spiritual growth in some way within your world, pile 2. Protection is needed. Redefine your boundaries over something. The entrance to a particular thing here may need perfecting before you go any further. I'm talking to a group of people who are spiritually aware, who have insight into things, and you are poised on the brink of something here, and the cards are saying protection needed. Redefine your boundaries before you enter this higher level of awareness. Those of you who can take this reading will know exactly what I'm talking about there. You've got the 8 of Cups. Now that's about letting go. It's about letting go of the way you've perceived something in the past in order to perfect it now. It may even be that you've always been a bit worried about the next step within your spiritual growth. It may be saying to you, you are protected. Redefine your boundaries, though, keeps telling me you need to protect yourself over something here that you're delving into. Letting go, the 8 of Cups, is about you moving forward on a new journey. It's an emotional journey, but also cups are very insightful. Cups are very deep. So it's still about this spiritual journey I feel as if pile 2 are on. Patience, wow. You've got that card of patience, which is the 7 of Pentacles. Now, patience is about growing something. You are growing something. You're growing your awareness. You're growing your spiritual awareness. You're poised and on the brink of something. The nothingness, which is the Pope, which in other packs tells me you need advice over something. But I'm looking at the void. I'm looking at the void between where you are poised, redefining your boundaries, and protection needed before you make your next move on this spiritual journey. patience is growing it slowly, having the patience to nurture it, and letting go of the past ways of doing things and moving forward on this journey of depth, of insight, with patience that you need to have because of what you're doing, pile 2. You are on a spiritual quest, a spiritual journey. You're poised. You're on the brink. You know there's something around you. You just don't know what it is. You're at that stage. What is it? There's something, but I don't know what. You're at that stage in this journey. Protection may be needed, or... No, I do feel as if protection is needed because we've got that redefine your boundaries here. Don't rush it. If you're on a spiritual journey, don't rush it. If you're delving into things that you've not delved into before, make sure you know what you're doing before you go, you know, another step further maybe. Patience is what you need. Don't rush into something when you don't know, you know, what it is you're rushing into. So take your time here, pile 2. Wheel of Fortune. Now the karmic wheel is just that. It turns. No matter what you do, the wheel will keep turning. If you make past mistakes, it'll keep turning. If it's a karmic issue, it'll keep turning. It will journey on. And no matter how you do things now, you may be back to square one, is what I'm getting in my head. You may be back to square one again with it until you try again. Letting go of failures comes to mind. Moving forward with patience. It may be what you need within this spiritual journey that you are on. You know, when we do meditations, for instance, this is what's coming to mind, and we stop doing them for a while, we have to start again from the beginning in a way, don't we? Because we've let all that go. It's like exercise. If you stop exercising, you've got to go back for so many steps because you've got to get back to a fitness level before you can do what you used to do before. Well, it's exactly the same here, but it's on a spiritual quest. It's on a spiritual level. It's your awareness over something, your intuitive awareness. Let's just see what else we've got. Wow, you've got that 8 of Wands. Now the 8 of Wands is about news travelling towards you. The news that's travelling towards you may be because you've let go of all the ways you've done things in the past. You're moving forward, maybe with patience. I hope you're moving forward with patience, and because you're doing everything right this time with the Wheel of Fortune, news is coming your way. Let's just see what else we've got here. Wow, it's good news that's coming your way. You've got that 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is a card of abundance, a card of everything you need in order to do this, whatever it is you're on, this spiritual journey you're on. That 10 of Pentacles is, and patience may be paying off for you because you're doing it differently this time. You may have done it before when it comes to your spiritual insights, awareness and journeys. Individuality is just that. You are an individual who you are on a spiritual quest or a journey. You're at the you're poised at this junction between what you're doing and the void. You're waiting for the next level, if that makes sense. The entrance is there ready. Redefine your boundaries and protection. This is what you need to do in order to move to the next level. Letting go of old ways and moving forward. Having the patience to do that. Like I said, if you did exercise and you stop doing it for a while, you know, you've got to get back to a certain level before you can get back on board, if that makes sense. It's the same with your spiritual journey. If you stop doing it for a while, you have to start again. Maybe not from scratch, but you do have to take so many steps back in order to move forward again, don't you? That 8 of Wands is you moving forward with something, with abundance, whatever that is. It could be with abundance of awareness because you've started again on a new spiritual journey, if that's making sense. Right, you've got that 2 of Pentacles. Now that 2 of Pentacles is a card of to-ing and fro-ing. It's like I've said before about this idea of exercise. You have to take 2 steps back if you haven't done it for a while and start again. Now it may be the same idea here and picking up with your spiritual awareness. If you haven't done anything for a while, you may need to take 2 steps back in order to get yourself back on board with what you used to do. That nothingness card comes to mind now, is saying you may not be picking up things that you used to pick up, and it may be disappointing to you. But don't forget the exercise. Don't forget what I've just said. If you haven't done it for a while, you may have to take 2 steps back in order to bring it forward again. But when you do bring it forward again, when you do start again, you're going to start it with this other layer. You've got that 10 of Pentacles, which is a card of abundance. It's a card of wealth, and you have got a wealth of spiritual awareness. You've just got to unlock it. It may be locked up with the nothingness in the void at the moment because you're not doing it right. Maybe you need to redefine how you do it. Protect yourself first. Don't try to perfect it in a sense that, you know, perfection is just that. It's a grounded emotion. Don't try to perfect it. Go with the flow of this. Go with the flow. Let go of the way you did it before. Have patience with yourself over this journey that you are on. Pile 2. This is you deciding which way to go, or this is you getting frustrated because you are trying to do something and you need to do your practicing first, if that makes sense. Justice. You're putting balance back. You need to put balance back with what you're doing. You definitely need to put balance back with what you're doing, pile 2. You are on a spiritual journey. You have got insight. You are an individual who knows what you're capable of. You may have just stop practicing for a little while. Stop practicing your meditations or something like that, which has left you in this idea with the void and nothingness here. Left you not feeling as if you can do the things you used to do, but you can do the things you used to do. Letting go of past emotions as well over this situation, maybe on the cards as well for you. Having patience with yourself. Don't try to perfect it. You are an individual, and everybody learns and does things on a different level, a different time scale, and in many different ways when it comes to your insights on a spiritual level. Redefine your boundaries. The card poised, as you are poised for some, I feel as if I want to say, spiritual downloads here, because you've got the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles, that 10 is you with plenty of insight into what you are capable of. Just have patience with yourself. Putting balance back within this situation is what you need to do. Letting go of how you did it before. Maybe you rushed it before. Letting go of that. Trying new ways with this situation that you're in. But I do feel pile 2, I'm talking to, in my pile 2s, a person who is spiritually aware, who has got a lot of insight. You have been on a journey and you're poised for the next step within your journey. You may have to redefine your boundaries and protect yourself if you are poised on the next step for your spiritual journey. Don't try to perfect it here. Perfection is a grounded emotion that you don't need. The void is just that. There may be a void here, or something blocking you because of that perfection. Grounding yourself, it may be blocking you because you're thinking if you can't do it this way, you're no good. No, that's not the way it is. Let go of all that. Move towards this idea of being patient with yourself. The Wheel of Fortune is just that. It will keep coming round and round. If you're meant to do something spiritual, as you well know, it will come back, and it will come to you in a bigger way. If you haven't heard it the first time, it'll come back to you tenfold. We've got the card, the 10 of Pentacles. So if you think you missed an opportunity or something, you haven't. If you're meant to do something as a spiritual person, it will come back to you tenfold in a stronger way. But you have to be patient with yourself. You have to take your time. That juggling, the 2 of Pentacles, there is you not doing things the way you used to do them, thinking of new ways of doing something. And the Justice card is again a card of balancing out what you used to do and trying to do something different in order to move your spiritual journey forward, which will happen for you, pile 2. I hope that makes sense, Pal 2. Have a good day. Bye. Hi Pal 3 and welcome to your reading. This week's readings are about what do you need to focus on right now and why. And this is Pile 3. So let's just have a look. Healing. Wow. You've got the card of healing. Self-worth. Target. Perseverance. Wow. Okay. Chaos and conflict. Chaos and conflict. Experience the greatest love. That's a nice card, isn't it? Experience the greatest love. Right, okay. And beloved. Wow. Well, it's this reading so far for Pile 3 is quite clear that healing does need to take place within your world, whatever's happening. There may have been some conflict or some chaos that's gone around that's happening within your world right now. Perseverance is about you keeping yourself on target with whatever it is you've got to do in order to heal a situation. That self-worth card, which is related to your emotions and the way you feel about things, is saying to you, you can do this, you can persevere with something, you can experience the greatest love, you are beloved yourself, you are a person who gives out love. Target this situation that's going on within your world, which has brought chaos and conflict to your world. Target it with the person who you are. You're a person who does give out love. Your self-worth card there is how you experience and how you express your emotions over a situation. You are worth more than what you think within this situation. You need to experience the greatest love, is experience healing within this situation. We've got that card beloved, which is who you are, and what's going on within your world. Target this idea that you can persevere with something that's gone on within your world that has caused some sort of conflict or some sort of chaos that's going on right now, because we're talking about what you need to focus on right now and why. You need to persevere with something. You need to bring healing into a situation by targeting love and the way you need to express it within this situation. You need to express it in a loving way, whatever that is within your world. We've got that card, chaos and conflict. Now, if whatever's going on, which is causing this chaos and conflict, the way to deal with it, the way to target it, the way to persevere with it, is to deal with it in a loving way. With the cards here that are telling me you have to deal with it in a loving way. Self-worth. You need to realize that within your particular body, your particular being, you are worth. You're the person who can bring this healing to a situation by targeting this idea of love and bringing the greatest love within this situation. I hope that's making sense up to now with that. Well, you've got nothingness. Now, nothingness is the Pope, and the Pope is about taking advice. Now, within this situation, I had this card in Pile 2. When I look at the card of the Pope in these cards, and it says nothingness to me, there's a void. There's something that needs to be addressed. Now, this idea of healing and perhaps not tackling it, because there's a nothingness here, there's a void taking place here, you don't want to tackle it. You need to tackle something that you are avoiding, is what I want to say just here now. You need to tackle something that you're avoiding because of the nothingness with the Pope. The Pope is also a card, obviously, of taking advice and listening to people's advice. And the cards are saying, if you were to listen to the cards' advice, is to target this idea that healing takes place with love within a situation that's going on within your world. Pile 3, breakthrough. Right, now that card of breakthrough within this reading is justice. It's about putting balance back within a situation. If you target this situation and you persevere with this situation, with this idea of bringing love into the mix instead of any sort of conflict or any sort of chaos, bring love into the mix, that's the breakthrough that's going to happen here. That's the justice. That is the thing that's going to happen in order to make it better for you, if that makes sense. Because justice is putting balance back within a situation. And so instead of avoiding an issue here, which is causing chaos and conflict, instead of avoiding it, you need to tackle with it head on. Persevere, tackle head on with it by bringing love to a situation here. Fighting. Wow. You see that fighting card there? Now that fighting card is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords can sometimes be a card of rushing in, saying the wrong things, and just jumping in at something and saying the wrong things. The cards are saying, target this situation with love. Persevere with the idea of love. Fighting with that Knight of Swords is not the way to go about it. You've got to tackle it in a loving way and not a way where you say things that you don't mean. It even says on the card fighting. We've got chaos and conflict. Fighting is not the way to go over this situation. We're talking about what do you need to focus on right now and why. Whatever's going on in your world, pile 3, we've got the card of chaos and conflict, so we know something's going on already within your world. We know the healing needs to take place. Fighting is not the way to go about it, because the cards are telling you to target the idea of love. Experience the greatest love. Be loved. Target that in order to heal a situation. This idea of fighting is going to cause more chaos and more conflict. So let's just see if I can get some more cards to see if we can get anything else within this situation for pile 3. But there's something going on around you that you need to target. It's something that's caused conflict. You need to target it by not coming out all guns blazing with the fighting card, but targeting it with a healing aspect, like a loving aspect over this situation. That 2 of Pentacles, now that came out with pile 2 as well. That 2 of Pentacles is you trying to balance something within your situation. You're trying to balance it in a practical way. You're thinking about how you're going to do this. You know that by fighting and saying the wrong thing is not going to bring you anything. It's not going to bring anything to the table. It's going to bring nothingness to the table, if that makes sense, because you're fighting, you're saying things, or somebody's saying things. They might not even mean it, but they're saying it in a sort of a childish way. They're fighting this. The breakthrough here will be to balance it out, persevere, balance it out, and in order to heal a rift here, to target this idea of doing things in a loving way. Wow. The King of Pentacles, you've got plenty of this within you. There's plenty of emotions, there's plenty of love within this situation. And that King of Pentacles is the abundance of it that you have, or the abundance of it that the person has who's causing this rift, that's causing this chaos and this conflict. If the situation is not about people, if the situation is about a certain thing that's going on, there's an abundance of healing that can take place within this situation by bringing in this idea of experiencing the greatest love. and targeting that rather than this idea of fighting, if that makes sense. Wow. What can I say? You've got the Hierophant twice. You've got the nothingness that I said sometimes makes me think that you're not listening to advice. And that's what I said here when I looked at the nothingness. You may be not listening to advice here. And then underneath the fighting card there, that is taking advice. So taking advice from a very basic level here, if you were taking advice from these tarot cards, for instance, it's crossing the fighting card. And the tarot cards are saying to you, don't fight. Deal with the situation with love in the mix. Chaos and conflict that surrounds you at the moment will not get listened to if you don't listen to what I'm saying. You see this nothingness card, this void where you're avoiding it and you're fighting. Nothing's going to happen unless you take the advice on this particular Hierophant. Take the advice given to you and do not cause a rift by saying things that you don't mean. Target this idea of healing taking place if you brought love into the mix and only said loving things, or only thought loving thoughts, if that makes sense. Your self-worth, your self-esteem, your emotions on this particular situation here, if it's one of fighting because of this chaos or conflict, if it's one of fighting, that is something that's not going to get you anywhere. No one's going to listen to that. If instead of that you targeted healing and persevering with the healing side of it and the love side of it, that's when the abundance will come and people will listen to the advice here. That's what I want to say there, if that makes sense. Wow, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. You know, these three cards came out in pile 2. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, and that's just it. That wheel will keep turning. This will keep going on and on and on unless you target this situation in a healing way, in a loving way. It will keep going on and on. It might even be a situation that's not going to heal anytime soon, but it will be better to live with than fighting, you know, and chaos and conflict. It'll be better to live with. Don't avoid it. Bring love into the mix. Persevere with this idea of love being brought into the mix. Do not go in all guns blazing with that fighting card, because that is not what's going to heal this situation. And the Wheel of Fortune reminds us, doesn't it, that the wheel always turns. If you don't learn your lessons one day, you'll learn them another day, and it'll keep turning until you get it right. Wow. The King of Pentacles, King of Cups rather, for me, is the King of Healing. I always see the King of Cups as a card of healing. You've got healing twice. You need to bring healing into this mix. It's crossing the King of Pentacles. Maybe you need to heal this situation in a very practical, down-to-earth way, not an emotional way, in a practical, down-to-earth way, where you need to stop saying things that is going to make things worse. Persevere with this idea of love and target just that, if that makes sense. I think I've got time to take one more card here, so I'm going to take one more card to see if we can get any more information. But pile 3, it's about healing. It's about healing something that's gone on within your world, this idea of chaos and conflict. It's about not avoiding the issue with the nothingness card. It's about taking advice with the Hierophant. They're both Hierophants, but from different packs. That one tells me you're avoiding the issue. That one tells me take the advice. It's sitting under that Knight of Swords, which is a fighting card. It's telling you, don't fight and say things that you don't mean here. Target the idea of healing with an abundance of love here. Persevere with an abundance of love, not with the fighting card there. Your breakthrough here, which is justice, is when you balance it out. You've got the Two of Pentacles, which is you trying to decide which way to go. Balance it out. Persevere. Just keep that idea of love and balance within this situation. The Hierophant is a card of advice. It's telling you to take the advice. That particular Hierophant, though, is telling me that you are avoiding the advice. That's how I feel with that card. The wheel keeps turning because it's saying if you don't learn your lessons this time, it'll keep going around until you eventually do. The King of Cups is the healing card, and it's crossing the breakthrough. It's crossing the King of Pentacles, the King of Plenty. There's healing to be had here, and you've got it within you. With the Perseverance card, you've got it within you to heal this situation. Last card. Right, there you go. That is the Ten of Wands. That is the heavy load. That's the burden that you're carrying. The burden that you're carrying, and it's crossing, fighting. If you keep fighting this issue, it's going to get to become a bigger burden. It's going to get worse and worse. So you need to stop fighting and saying things or doing things in a very quick and negative way here. Between the fighting and the Ten of Wands, which is a very heavy burden here, you've got the Hierophant. Take advice in order to stop this fighting and this heavy load that you carry, in order to stop this from happening and put balance back. You have got an abundance within you of healing. Now, in order to heal this situation and for it not to keep coming back around and around and around, and for you to keep juggling it and ignoring it, in order to heal this situation, you have to persevere. You've got to target this situation in order to heal it with an abundance of love, if that makes sense. So for pile 3, your situation, which is chaos and conflict, it's about healing this chaos and conflict. It's about persevering with it because it's not going away anytime soon. It's about targeting it with love rather than targeting it with the fighting of the Knight of Swords. Take advice if you need to, rather than ignoring it here, because this burden here is not going to go away anytime soon unless you take advice rather than ignore. That Wheel of Fortune there, it's going to keep coming round every time you ignore this situation, if that makes sense. That King of Cups is a card of healing. You've got the card of healing. The King of Pentacles is the card of plenty. You've got plenty of that within you to do this, to make this situation better. You have got the perseverance to do that. I hope that makes sense for pile 3. Have a good day. Bye.